Dampio50 said, "Oi."
Hey Dampy, how are you? I am just cleaning.
20 seconds.
Asking, what was that? Asking 20 seconds? I was just going to say I'm cleaning my glasses, so at the moment I can't read what you've written, and I think I heard it right. What are you doing exciting?
I'm going for factory.
Oh, that's my glasses. You can hear me cleaning. Hey, there you go. How are you?
I'm
I'm
so
so excited.
Go on. And what excites... sorry, let me do my glasses. What excites Mr. Dampy today?
Collective on the way.
Ah, toys for the boys. That's fair enough. It'll be quite interesting. The thing is, with a collective, people say, oh, you know, if you do it this way, it's going to be... It's not difficult at all. Because it's a different controller, you will think in terms of that controller, do you know what I mean? And I think you'll take to it like a duck to water, to be honest. I think going from a controller to a throttle is probably a little bit weird if you're used to using a proper collective. And then switching to a throttle would just be confusing. But going the other way around is like a step up. Ah, right. Glasses cleaned. Everything's cleaned. Okay, right. Welcome. I say everybody. Wouldn't surprise me. I haven't looked today.
So I said, I will get it now.
Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it? I mean, they do these sales and there's always somebody gets sucked in, isn't there? I mean, it happens to me. Most things I'll get when they're on sale or offer. Right, let's have a look. So we've moved all the way from down here. We've started impinging on the other side of the Gulf. I think something's been moved, it was saying. Could be the carrier over there. Because whilst we're playing this, the actual software that runs the mission is constantly being updated. Up to the point it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Because you might get a couple of updates during the week. So when you've set it up, tweak the mission how you want it, and get ready to run, they change it again. But, you know, it's changing it for the better, and it's free, so I'm not really going to complain. Right, okay, so it looks like we're going from Bandar Abbas to the factory. Let me have a little look. Yeah, it's quite hilly. That looks like it's the other side, doesn't it? It's 5 miles. Change it to meters. Ooh, 10k out. That's going to be interesting. Even that's 12k out. It's quite difficult. You can sort of see the terrain. And you can't. Is these on a hill?
Jeez, 33 nautical miles.
Yeah, it's nothing. Terrain is quite interesting. Are you going to go front seat, are you, Yam?
No, mate, my Apache isn't ready anymore because I lost all the key bindings.
I'll put J Takeoff at factory.
I need to redo my key bindings.
Okay, we might have to drop some anti-air maybe en route. Can we get anti-air nowadays?
Anti-air for...
Well, you got a couple of MiGs going around like crazy, right? Shooting anything between Delta and factory. So the chances of you getting through.
Unfortunately, I was hoping to get it for 200-ish pounds. The problem was the goddamn VAT and transport, so it got closer to £300, which hurt my card.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? You know, you start off 200 quid, which is the advertised price, then you got your 20% VAT for whatever reason. And then obviously all the imports, because it's going to be relatively heavy. Good evening.
How's it going in the Northern Hemisphere?
Sensible.
So AI attack can be kept
Dan
flying
50 said 25 to 30% in Sweden.
25 to 30 degrees, yeah.
2000 said, morning Mr. Mel.
Morning, pup. Is it hot where you are? Good morning. You're right, Kev. So basically, yeah, we're going to attack the factory, but it does look quite...
No, that is 25% to 30%.
Oh, in Sweden, yeah, fair enough. You think that's bad? You buy a ship in Star Citizen, which doesn't exist, and you have to pay VAT on it. It's crazy. It's not even a thing.
Let me see
Right.
what I can do in 6 days.
Okay.
Let's see if my bindings work.
Lol.
It's ridiculous. It never used to be like that, but somebody thought it was a good idea and it was another revenue stream and added VAT onto, you know, things that you're buying as part of some game, which just doesn't make sense to me. That's when I first stopped buying anything, back in 2014, I think. Yeah, they are going to be trolling there a little bit.
Maka 36 said, how ridiculous.
Oh, tell me about it. We've had some elections, and now, well, not that I vote in this country, to be fair. It just is such a crock, and it has been for years, that you just leave it to go on, whatever. If somebody would have come knocking on the door canvassing, I would have gone into them about comms and VPNs and explained that I could quite easily set up a computer at home, and people could access it, and I can have whatever I want on it, and no one can do much about it because they don't understand what the internet is in the first place. You know what I mean? And VPNs is ridiculous, but no one knocked the door, and they just plod on and do stupid shit anyway. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of a fun time. Morning. Is it hot where you are then, pup? That's hot. We're in the UK, remember. Right, join the blue side. Join, they're all going in dynamic Bandarabas. I won't go in an A10. We'll go in a shark. Let's go and have a little look. I won't load this up. He says go into the loadout. Go to the werewolf.
Kev said, don't vote. It just encourages.
Oh, I know. The split of votes was hilarious. And I think Tories came in third or fourth. Labour, were they second? But it's just comical. But yeah, I haven't voted since I was about 18, I think. And I love it when people come and tell me I should vote, and, you know, we fought the war so that you have the right to vote and everything. And I said, I'm sure if voting was, like, fair, I said, I would be happy to vote. Or if I spoiled my paper should count as a positive action. But if you've only got 40% of the vote, right, and 60% of spoiled papers, then you shouldn't get in.
You voted to not vote.
Yeah. We have a weird system here. Now, I don't want proportional representation by any stretch.
Said, vote on this.
But
fish and chips, or Marmite as national food?
To be interesting, no, that's the wrong word. I did not like Marmite when I was young, but now I'm older, because it's salty, Marmite on toast, and I put a lot on. I don't have butter. If I have bread, it's either butter on it or, say, Marmite on it, or maybe some really sharp marmalade on it, but not butter as well. Marmite I quite like, but I like Twiglets. I like Twiglets as well, and salty things, and I shouldn't do because it's not good for blood pressure.
I've noticed that you get saltier with age.
Is that it? Is that what it is? That's a generic, the way you've worded that, rather than specific with me, Kev. Right, okay, we're in the Shark 3. We'll go over and have a look. We're putting the battery on. We're going to turn around and put the ecran on the right elbow. Front to dash, hit the big button for the flashy light. Because this is the 3, we're not going to put the INU on yet. Put the KO41 or KO14? 41. 14 is the leading lag. Well, lead indicator on a P51 Spitfire. Anyway, Abris. Going to turn right and we put some fuel flow. If anyone's got any questions, please jump in about anything. Let's open the court up a little bit. Anything about DCS, Star Citizen, or anything, or the state of politics in the UK or the world, I don't mind. I'm quite easy. APU's switched up, so we've got fuel flow for the APU, which we can see here. We're going to press the APU start button, drop the collective brake, and the helicopter's going to start up the APU. When it gets up to 7, this third light's going to come on in a second, and this light will drop, which means we can now use it for starting up the engines. I haven't had Sunday roast for a while, to be honest. But if I do have something like that, whatever it is, there is no gravy at all and no runny stuff on it. So I don't do gravy.
I don't know if you know, Carl,
Right,
you can
so it could be. There's always stuff in when I can get it in. I like vegetables a lot, but as long as they're steamed. Sprouts, which I really like, have to have a bit of a crunch. So I don't like boiling veg, gets rid of the flavour. Roast potatoes have to be done just so. But then I cook anyway. I don't always cook here, but
Bread sauce.
bread sauce is fine when it's Christmas time, but I don't want it all over my food. I don't eat beans. I don't like runny eggs. I like beetroot, but I don't like beetroot in vinegar. I'd rather have beetroot where it's been boiled and then just eat it more like an apple. Yes, I do. And normally, the way I have a curry is, I mean, if I go to a restaurant, they'd give it you in separate things, but I'll eat it separately more often than not. So I do eat curries, mainly Baltis or stuff like that. And I don't mind some things, but gravy, people put it all over the food. It's often swimming in gravy, and I'm really funny. I don't like soggy stuff, and I eat it when it's hot. And what gravy does is it puts the flavour on everything, whether you want it or not, makes everything go soggy. And if you can't eat it within the first couple of minutes or few minutes, then your food goes cold because the gravy goes cold. So I don't have any gravy on it. I just don't like them mixed up. No, French dip, as long as it's dippy rather than splatty. The only exception may be something like a sauce on a good steak, but it goes directly on the steak. And when you get these sort of what's it special chips they make at some of the restaurants, they stay in the little pot or something, and I take them out of there. I don't put them on my plate.
As a kid, we used to have Yorkshire pudding or golden syrup for afters.
I remember that, yeah. Yorkshire pudding. Or with sugar on. Right, finish my cup of tea. Okay, so we can start now, and we're going to start with the left engine. We're going to put the left-hand EEG on. The left-hand fuel flow. Going to turn it round, and we're going to move the little switch to the left-hand engine. We're going to press the start button, and then we're going to observe the RPM. Wait till it hits 20. And when it hits 20, we're going to move the left-hand engine cut-off valve up. And then we'll see the exhaust gas temperature increasing, which tells me I've got a good engine start. Okay, and there we go. If you've got any questions, please ask. If you're struggling with something, I might not be able to help you at all, but there's usually people in channel with who I'm playing with or watching who can help you. So, you know, if you're having problems with anything, there's always someone who can point you in the right direction. So please feel free to ask. If you're looking at purchasing or getting into DCS and you're not sure what to get or anything, ask. And if you want to try things out for free, again, ask. There is a way you can do that too. Okay, once the engine's gone into idle mode, we can start the next engine, which is the right-hand engine. That's the EEG, right-hand fuel flow. Oh, the voice. You're going to move the little switch down to the right-hand engine and hit the start and observe the needles again. I told you I can't hear any of that because everything's quiet at my end. Right, engine cut off up. Make sure the exhaust gas temperature is going. Just going to pop on the intercom. Is their chat too loud, by the way? If it is, let me know. I can turn them down a bit. And then we're going to switch on the voice warn. And that means that we'll hear the warning messages instead of having to read them. I'll pop this on so that you can see here. We've got no ribbon or anything for navigation yet. All we've done is start the engines. Hey Mustang. Welcome back, Mr. Mustang. Hope you're well. Right, so what we've done here now, we've got the engines on. Now I'm going to put them into work mode, which is then going to trigger 3 messages, which hopefully we should hear those okay. So putting these into work mode, easiest way is to use page up twice, and then I'll just be quiet a second so you can hear the messages.
Electrics on battery.
It said, IF Mustang _ 6521.
Okay, that was electrics on battery, Doppler navigation system failure, and what was the last one? No nav data. So we can fix the electrics on battery by putting the AC system generators on. We can also, no nav data, it means it needs aligning, but on this particular mission it seems to be on auto. We do that by, yeah. To be honest, it is an amazing helicopter anyway for what it can do. It's got 12 missiles, and yes, they're laser guided rather than fire or forget. But look at the age of it and when it was done, and it is quite a clever helicopter, to be honest. it's also much faster than the Apache, so it can get onto target and sit there sniping away before the Apache can get there. So as a helicopter goes, and it's a single person helicopter, you don't need anyone else, then I would say it's really good. It's one of the things I like flying, obviously. The Apache's good, but it's better with two people. Relying on Derek or Bernard or George or whatever his name is isn't always the best, and I find it much better with two people.
I should have everything set up this week, so I might be able to join next week. Fingers crossed.
Oh blimey, that's quite amazing, Kev. It'll be good to see you in.
6,521 said, imagine having a friend to fly with.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Imagine having a friend to fly with. I bought the other half, the Apache, with a view to sort of somehow coaxing it into the front seat. And I still haven't got her out of the Huey, and she hasn't flown that for ages. She's getting too engrossed in other games, but hey ho, she'll get back there. Right, so what we're going to do is switch on this navigation system here to operate. We're then going to go around to the right shoulder and press INU, up, inertial navigation unit. Talk of the devil. When you're going to start flying DCS again? Oh, she's gone into the bathroom. She's got the water on. You'll hear whale noises soon. So we're going to switch on the INU, and because this is on like quick mode or auto mode, we've already got the ribbon. When it isn't, you'll see a symbol down here for 3 minutes. It will align and have a 10-degree separation between the diamond and the triangle shown here. And then you have to make an adjustment, which I can't show you now. It is on one of the videos I did, but it's under the live section, of which there's loads of them. Anyway, once that's done, we can carry on starting the rest of the radio systems, giving them power. We're going to put the data link on for this navigation system. Anyone else in a shark? Right, I'll go number 1. So this here I've just set to wingman and number 1, and this allows me to send and receive target information to other people at other numbers who are flying a shark. Okay, so it's a version of data link, or saddle if you know the A10C. It's the Russian equivalent, and we can send targets to each other. There's also some really good features, so you can put targets onto your Abris, move, and then tell the helicopter to point back at the targets, and we'll look at that as we go along. We've got 3 or 4 buttons here: pitch hold, bank hold and heading hold. We're going to stick on, and these are a bit like the SAS controls that you get in the A10C and the Apache, which is stability augmentation system. So when you start wanging your stick around, so to speak, the systems on the helicopter will smooth the input down, and you see this is a really smooth flying helicopter. Okay, we're going to switch on the pilot ejection seat, one of the few helicopters to have it. We're going to switch on the fire extinguisher, turn round, and now we're going to stick on at the right shoulder the L140 laser and the countermeasures. Good morning, Barbie. How the devil are you? Okay, just checking that's all on. Out the nozzly things that they've got, they have this like controller, and then these things with rockets on, that's where they're shooting from.
Warning. Under attack. Warning. Under attack. Warning.
Right. Okay, so now that we've got this started, we do not need the APU, so we're going to press the APU button.
Warning. Under attack.
something's behind me, and if we look at the map, it's possibly someone who's just started up, or somebody genuinely is shooting. Now, this is quite new to the Shark 3, so we get a warning, a direction of where that's coming from, but we can't tell whether it's friendly or ally. We don't know. Right, I need to switch on the standby SAI, or standby attitude indicator, and uncage it. What's the waypoint number, or what's it called? Oh, I'll have a look. They're talking. We'll go to nav. Turn the brightness down because that back map is so bright. And then when we have a little look, there's a factory number 22. So I've got to set my course to the factory or number 23, whichever one is there. So we're going to select search, use this rotary. This is like a data input rotary, so it can cycle through all the different things we're looking for. Okay, and we're going to hit search again, and then we're going to use it to move down. Can anyone remember what the number was that I said? Now, if it's labelled right with a name, then it's easy to do. Thank you. But if it's just 22. Right, can you see? This is one of the things. So there's something flying around, look. Now this under attack might be our own base firing missiles at things attacking us. One of the things you need to be aware of with the Shark is it counts where it spawns as waypoint 1. And that means every single number is out, and very often in most missions you just get numbers for the waypoints. Fortunately, this has got names as well, which is what I was trying to explain. So because we can see the name, we know it's number 23. However, it's actually waypoint 22, but because we start with number 1, then it's 1 out. With other things like the A10, when that one initializes, it has an init position waypoint, which is 0. So that's something to bear in mind. Okay, this now gives us our heading, which is this green one over here, and we can also see what the distance is. Okay, ETA is, I don't know whether this is 11 minutes here, to be honest, and I'm not quite sure what's going on with this, because I know in game it's sort of early in the morning. Okay, anyone got any questions so far? There's a little light on there, and that just tells me that I forgot to switch the fuel supply off to the APU. Another reason I would know that is because this cover will not go down until that switches down. So that's there to alert you. I need to put some weapons on. So if I make a call, and we'll put the weapons in now. We've already got the skin. We'll put the defaults on, and I'm going to remove the payload, which are these on the outer edge. These don't exist ever on a KA-50, but when the Russians removed permission to do the upgrades to the Shark that they were due to do, they'd already done a lot of work and modelling and had to push out a module. I mean, you imagine the amount of work. I know they've already got one, but this one's got much more polygons. It's much better in terms of the way it's been put together and the modelling. They'd spent all this time and effort. They'd added a few things in, but then they were stopped from doing certain aspects like the white hot, black hot stuff. which is a shame. But if you look at what's been going on over there, it was possibly a year or two before anything happened. It was that far in advance, so it does make you wonder. However, as a sort of way to compensate you, they added on these air-to-air missiles on the side, which the helicopter doesn't reference them much in most ways, and to be honest, I wouldn't even bother with them. Okay, we'll load those, make sure we get a copy.
Request rearming.
Right, notice there's no copy. That means we're not going to get refueled or rearmed. So what we need to do is switch the radio over to ground crew. Okay, now when we make the same call again, we should get something. Sometimes if you're in a specific place, you'll find that you won't get a call, and that's because you may be too far away from where it is that you can rearm and refuel. Some of the missions we do, which are all, you know, built areas, you have to be in a certain area to be able to get refueled and rearmed. So bear that in mind. Most airports, you can be on there and it'll be fine, but even then you'll find if you're at the extremes of it, you might find that you're not going to get rearmed, refueled. So always look out for that. The amount of times I've personally done it, flown off to a mission without any armour and the weapons, and the only thing I can do is point a finger at them and shout bang. It sort of, you'll find it ineffective. We'll do this again, and it should come up with copy, which it did, and it'll load all the weapons on. For those of you who've watched me before, I know when I jump into something, I'll go over it. I only do this the first time, unless anyone's got a specific question. Subsequent flights in the same module, I will not be going over all this level of detail. Okay, it's already there, it's recorded on here, it's on YouTube at the beginning of the stream. If you want to watch it in 4K, it's MELL DCS. I will be maybe pushing 4K out to Twitch at some point in the not too distant future as well. Hey, hello. I've got a question from YouTube. I don't think you guys will see it, which is, what type of SSD do I have for DCS, and does it matter? It never used to matter, but some of the maps and some of the things are getting so damn big now that on this I don't have SSDs for the game. I tend to have what's it called? Excuse me, because I've bought another one. What's it called? Oh dear. You know those little what's it? NVMe. Yeah, I do apologise. You're right, Platty. So I use NVMe's. So for my main games, I've got a couple of NVMe's. I do have a 4 terabyte SSD, and I've got a couple of older SSDs from my previous, and it just depends. What the difference is that you'll see on DCS is more load time than anything else. The other game I play is Star Citizen, and it's fairly critical on that. Right, if you use spinning disk on the DCS, it's a lot slower to load. It's much faster on an NVMe, especially if you also run servers and things like that. People, you know, go on about the load time, but it does make a difference. Is it necessary? No. So an SSD will do the thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So SSD's fine. It just makes it a little bit faster for you if you've got NVMe, usually on load. And you'll find The first load is always a little bit slower. The second time, if you have to start it up again, for instance, if I had a crash or had to come out and start it, it's much quicker. I guess something's still sitting there in memory, I don't know. Or cached maybe, not really sure, but it's much quicker on a second load. You'll notice it more when you're on a multiplayer server. But yeah, NVMEs basically seem to be the way. Just be aware that some of these things do have limited lifetimes. People panic over various things, but the lifetime usually you don't reach unless you've got one that's really ancient, and it's usually measured in complete fills. Oh, I know. And this is the thing, you know. Some of the maps are absolutely huge. I've got Star Citizen and DCS on a 2TB NVMe. I've got another one sitting there. I just haven't got round to putting it in the machine yet. But I will have to separate them out at some point. I mean, Star Citizen's going rather big as well, to be fair. Anyway, if you've got a Twitch account, Ken, if you look in the description on YouTube, there's a little link, and if you click on that, it'll just pop open a Twitch chat, and that way round you can talk to me a little bit more in real time. There's around about a minute delay, I think, on YouTube. I'm pushing out 45 meg a second to it, and it's got to turn that into a video and play it, and as a consequence there's a little bit of a delay when you try and talk to me. And on Twitch, obviously, I can hear what you're saying as well as it's on one of my screens, but it's easier to hear and easier to respond. Right, as you can see, we're all loaded up. Hopefully that was helpful. And what I'm going to do now is put the radio back to where it should be, which is on VHF2, and I'm going to make a radio call to check it's working. 124 radio check.
555.
Lima Charlie. Which is what they should be saying to me, really, but hey. Anyway, there we go. So I'm going to take off now, and I'll put the axis on for your benefit. You'll see the axis here, and this is the cyclic, and these are the rudders, and the collective is here. Okay? Now, this shows that the brakes are on. So, an interesting thing with this helicopter is if I just apply a collective and go up, it will actually go backwards at this location. So when this is centred, the helicopter will naturally go back.
Nest required this year for photo storage.
Oh, really? For you? I've got one. I've got a 12TB one there. Cost me 200 quid years ago.
Right.
QNAP. Which basically one of the salesmen bought off a customer when he was selling them something else. I saw it in stock and queried if I could buy it. So I stripped it, rebuilt it, tested it all, updated it all, and bought it with 200 quid. Yeah, they're quite good, especially if you want to. You've got interfaces on there as well. And oh, what's that thing? Do you know what? I've been out of that game far too long. It manages a WhatsApp protocol that will allow you to run at near fiber connections using big frames up to about 9,000 instead of the standard 1,500. And I forgot, it's WhatsApp over IP. Is that over IP? No. I can't remember the protocol.
Thank you for the follow, Judging Mustang.
Thank you for the follow there. Okay, so if we leave this here where it is, what's going to happen is we're going to go backwards. So to counter that, we're going to have to push the stick forwards. And this is going to start rolling. So you can take off on a runway in this helicopter, you can taxi. But as soon as we push this stick forward, which angles the blades forward, it's going to start moving forward. And you don't always want that. So you want to make sure that the brake is on, and it seems to be on by default. If you want to put the brake on, the easy way is just Shift W and you'll put the brake on, okay? And that way round it'll just take off rather than start rolling forward. For those who haven't seen the Shark before, it's a dual counter-rotating blade system. There's no anti-torque rotor because the counter-rotation of the blades cancels out the torque. There is a rudder, or should I say a stabilizer rather than anything else. Not in the true sense, but it just helps with the steering, okay? So that means all your flight controls, your cyclic, your collective, go through the blades. Right, so let's take off, and you'll see as we start to go light on wheels.
Kev said, looking at adding a full frame camera this year too, so file size will be mad.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I think oh, what's Julie's? Can't remember if she's got she bought a full frame or something. I know it's bigger than normal, but it was second hand from somewhere. I think, was it a full frame? I know they're quite expensive. Anyway, let's move this forward and up we go. And I'm just gonna hold this button for a second or two, and then I'll explain the rest. Right, up. Obviously I just moved that down a little bit more than I should there, but never mind. Okay, so we don't want to be going over the runway when planes taking off and landing. And if I turn somewhere it isn't quite so sunny, you can see a lot more. I'm going to have to finish a bit earlier today because somebody's working today and I'll take them into work, so I'll finish round about just before 1 probably. Okay, so we're moving along at 88k. This is your speed or velocity. The reason why I say velocity is doesn't matter which direction you're moving in, this will be positive. Because you're moving, okay, whether it's forward, back, left, right, or whatever. The one on the right hand side is the altitude, and that's in meters. Speed or velocity is in kilometers. Now you may have noticed, or you may not have done, once we started off we'd got a line, and there's a line, oh, the 2-hour flights between BVR, dogfighting, and watching more DCS. No, I understand that one, Katsu. Yeah, once you start, then you look for more challenges. You know, you start doing things, and once you've got to grip with something, you want something else. Do you know what I mean? If you've got Twitch, just click on the description, and there's a little link, and it'll open up a Twitch pop-out chat window. And that will allow you to talk a little bit more real time, and I'll hear what you're saying, because I don't always catch it because it's just out of eyeshot. Right, okay, so if I slow this down a little bit until it's less than 50, you'll see a line appear. Right, and that line shows you which way you're drifting, and also indicates that you're going less than 50. The length of the line shows you what the speed is, or as I said, velocity. It'll appear in a minute. You see, the shorter the line, the slower we are. And you'll see it's telling me which way we're drifting, but if I look out the window, I've only got to look down and I can see it's drifting that way. If I turn over this way, right, you can see here now that I'm actually drifting again, slightly over to the left. I can see that from here, that I'm moving away from one side more so than the other. You might wonder why this is useful, but if you're over snow, sea, clouds, it's really difficult. You've got no proper point of reference, or even over the desert if it was all the same. Okay. Once it hits 50, this line disappears, but it's extremely useful for when you want to go into a hover or slow down, because all you need to do is go the opposite direction to which this is pointing. If you notice, we're just sitting here at the moment, drifting sideways slightly.
£4,500 for Monochrome while I'm looking at it. It's mad that Monochrome is around £1,000 more expensive than top.
I know. You would assume maybe it's because it has to be more precise, I guess. I don't know. Has to be more accurate. I'm not really sure. But it is a little bit odd. So basically, where was I? Oh yeah. This is being controlled by the trimmer. Now, people get so confused with the trimmer system on this, and it is not difficult once you understand it. When you first start... Oh my god, yeah, that was a bit... Yes. Hello, boys, we have some intel for you. What, the voice that comes up, or me? So, but what goes on there? What goes on here then basically is the trimmer manages up to 20% of your control input. So what that means is, if you imagine you got 0 to 100, that's your control input. Okay? If my controls are not pushing more than 20%, the trimmer can manage what's going on with the helicopter. Okay? Now, what I mean by that is my controls, my joystick is neutral at the moment. My collective is, well, it's up because it's not being controlled, right? So I can back that off and stop it. But the helicopter still goes in the direction it's set. If I try and move it, for the first 20% of my action, whether that's rudders or cyclic, it's not going to do anything. It will only start to do something when I start hitting 21%. So look, it's trying to move, but can you see the way it's not doing a lot? Now if I keep pushing it, push it more, this is over 20%, so you can see it's reacting, but it's resistive. So I'm going to put more than 20% of my rudder, and you'll see in the hood now we've got a split. There's a diamond and there's a triangle. The diamond is the trimmer, right position. The triangle is my heading. So I'm pointing over there now. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Okay? And watch what happens as soon as I let go of my cyclic and my rudder. The helicopter lifts its nose up. It slows itself down. It starts turning round. And this heading is now going to match where the diamond is, or as close to it. And it's back doing the speed it was before. And that's what the trimmer is doing itself. So as soon as I have reduced my input below 20%, the trimmer takes control. And this is where people get a little bit stuck. So this helicopter, when you first start, feels like it's fighting you. It's not fighting you, it's using a system that is actually really, really good, but you've got to get used to it. Now, if I want to move without having all that pushback, I will have to disengage the trimmer, and then I've got full control over everything. And the way you disengage the trimmer is by holding the trimmer in. When you let go of the trimmer, and only when you let go, is the trimmer set. And it's set to the position that you've got the cyclic in and anything else. And so on, yeah? So what I mean by that, if I press...
What's the flashing B in the control display?
Brakes, yes. That's just telling me my brakes are on. So if I press and hold the trimmer now, this will instantly react, look, to me moving. And you can see it's really smooth. As I said, it's got these channels on. I can point it where I want it. Okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to speed up. I'm going to let go of the trimmer, and you'll see the trimmer diamond snap to my heading. As soon as the trimmer diamond snaps to my heading, I have to allow my joystick to center. Okay? The reason being is that in a real life helicopter, the trimmer is different and uses either friction or magnets. In your environment, unless you've got force feedback, your joystick will have a return spring and it will center. So the way it works is that the helicopter joystick stays where it is, as indicated by this. It's absolutely brilliant, but I used to play flight sims like going back to the year dot when Microsoft had a force feedback joystick. So I haven't tried anything new at the moment, but yeah, it does make a hell of a difference. It's a lot more natural, isn't it? To be fair. Thank you for the follow there. So if you notice, this is forward and slightly right. Thank you for the follow there. If you got any questions, please jump in and ask. So the way it works is when you trim in a helicopter, right, there will be no input into the helicopter, into the cyclic, until you relax your grip and center the stick. So my stick sits here, right, but the in-game stick is there. So the center of my stick now is as if it's here. So watch, when I move my stick a little bit, you see the in-game stick moves, but it's centered around where that little diamond is. Okay? If I don't center the stick, there's no input, and I'll show you what I mean. Right, I'm going to push the stick even more forward. I'm going to let go of the stick, and now my real life stick is moving round to its full extent. Now I've got a 10 centimeter extension on, and that is a lot of movement. Nothing happens. If you are in a situation and you panic, you'll forget to do this. If you trim, you'll suddenly forget, right, and you'll crash. So what you must do is just relax your grip on the stick, watch the stick. When my real life joystick hits the middle, you'll see a little jiggle. There it is. And that way round, now you've got control. Now, if you've ever flown a real helicopter, it'll feel weird. But once you've started using this, you will not know, right? You will do it instinctively. And after a bit of practice, it's really seamless and really smooth. So you can see now I'm turning my helicopter around. I'm heading towards the target area. I'm going over there. I've let go of the trimmer, gently relax my stick, and you won't even notice. and neither do I. That beeping's telling me if I don't do something, I'm going to knacker my helicopter. Lifting the nose up, pulling back on the stick a little bit, and I'll show you the blades in a minute. So once you get used to this system, right?
I looked into FFP, but prices are still way too high.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Companies will jump on the bandwagon and prices will come down.
Eventually. It never used to be mega expensive before, until that bloody patent troll sat on it for years, and then nobody wanted to build or wouldn't build anything because they had to pay a license fee. But now, yes please darling.
No, I didn't ask about that. I just said I
Oh sorry, what did you ask?
I didn't ask. I said I'm doing some washing.
You didn't ask if I wanted a cup of tea?
What's that?
That's just so mean.
What's that when it's at home?
Morning, Lisa.
Morning.
She did say morning, Kev. Right, okay. So you get the gist. And why I'll spend some time on this is if you ever want to fly the Apache and you've never flown a helicopter before, I would recommend starting with the Huey, because that gives you all the basics of helicopters, how they work and all the flight. Just bear in mind that with a Huey, you're flying it. You're not flying a system. I'm flying a system now. The helicopter, look. So I've just let go, right, and the helicopter is slightly turning, slightly going over there. It'll just go where I tell it, and it uses the systems, okay? Whereas the Huey is you flying it. It doesn't use the same system as this, although when you trim a helicopter, or the Huey even, it will trim as soon as you press the button. The Shark is when you let go of the button. And the interesting thing is the Apache works in the same way. So with a trimmer, you hold it, you maneuver, and then you have to let go and let it center. Okay, so I would always recommend start with a Huey, get the free trial for this, which will last 2 weeks, get to understand how the trimmer works, and then when you go to the Apache you'll find it a lot easier to use. Right, now I'm going to leave these hills where they are, and let's have a look. Target is over there. We're going round this hill. I don't want to go up over the hill. I want to stick my head up above for now. So we'll go down here and have a look. Has anyone got any questions on the helicopter or the trimming or anything like that? Look how much fuel I've used already. I won't necessarily explain all this again. Next week I won't have to be going out at all, so I can probably get a bit more done. Next Wednesday is also part 4 of the A10C2, where we'll be moving on to laser guided weapons. So that's a really low level, step by step, and going through absolutely everything. So I've done that now for 3 sessions. This is the 4th, and that's every 2 weeks. Again, when she's working. So like next week she'll be doing 2 12-hour shifts, so I'll be up early, so I'll start early and get some sort of one-to-one training, which I stream, of course. When the helicopter goes along, you notice there's 2 blades. So when a blade rotates and then you move in a direction, the blade will lift 90 degrees to the direction you're going. So because the blade on the top turns one way, the blade on the top lifts on the left hand side. The blade on the bottom turns in the opposite direction, and therefore it lifts on the right hand side. So if you notice there, you can see that the blades on the left are pushed apart and the blades on the right are pushed together. The faster you go, the more those blades will be pushed together, as you'll see in a minute. You will get an audio sound, so if you're overcooking the engine and your blades are getting closer and closer, you'll get an audible warning and a couple of messages up here. Probably already there. So you have to do something. The other thing is to remember is that all of your controls go through the blades. So your cyclic, your collective, your rudder. So when you are moving fast and the blades are getting closer together, right? If I'm going to suddenly put a really heavy input into these blades, they're going to affect those blades and will push the blades even closer together. So just be really careful. There we go, look, see? Can you see how close they are now? I should have a warning somewhere. So I need to back off a little bit. Easiest way, hold the trimmer in, right, lift the nose up a little bit and also drop the collective a little bit. Are they the front side of this hill, by the way, the targets?
Other side, I think.
Okay.
I'm surprised they're not geared to prevent blade strikes.
The thing is, right, the only logic I can come up with is it's possibly about envelopes, isn't it? I mean, for instance, the AV8, right, you're not supposed to be using the jet nozzles to... Thanks, darling. You alright?
Yeah.
You awake? Is your back better?
Yeah, I'm sure that's the case.
Yeah, your jet nozzles, right, you're not supposed to be able to use them in the air and slow them down. She said hello, pup. But in the Falklands, that's exactly what they did. They were told not to because they reckoned that the aircraft couldn't handle the stress and all the rest of it. But they did it anyway. And it was slightly out of envelope. And I think with this, right, this is why you've got the whole seat ejection, I'm pretty certain. It's probably not because of the fact that, you know, they're saving the pilot. It's just a case of the plane. You can strike blades and come down. But if you were to restrict that and stop the blades from being able to collide, you are also lowering that envelope down, and that odd little bit of extra envelope in certain circumstances may mean that they can do something that they wouldn't be able to do with the envelope. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit like having a speed limiter on your car, and sometimes being able to put your toe down, especially if you've got something going on that's dropping on you, like, I don't know, say you're going along and you start to see a tree falling or a rock slide, you either stop and try and go backwards, but if you've got someone behind you, you can't, or you try and go fast to get past. Do you know what I'm saying, Kev? So I suspect if they stop the blades from being able to strike, it takes away a little bit of that on the edge of the envelope or flying, if that makes sense. I mean, this thing can do some pretty interesting manoeuvres, sometimes not always as controlled as you want it to be, but you can do it. Whereas if you restricted the blades, maybe you wouldn't be able to do it. That's logical to me, whether it's the actual case.
If the blades are geared to be 90 degrees apart, then they wouldn't hit.
if they're geared to be 90 degrees apart in terms of... Oh, you mean you're saying that the way that the blade lifts on the left and the blade lifts on the right, move that lift 90 degrees? Is that what...
and lower rotors.
So in other words, when you say 90 degrees apart, do you mean so that that lift where it goes together is in different places? Is that what you're suggesting? Got a cup of tea now.
Yeah.
The problem is with that, that's a fundamental way that blades work on helicopters. The blade always lifts at 90 degrees to the direction it's travelling.
Right.
So the blades, where they look like now, that would change if I was, say, travelling left or right. Obviously I wouldn't be able to go as fast. But that's how helicopter blades are. That is a fundamental rule of how
It would
helicopters
probably
work.
mess up the torque.
It would mess a load of stuff up. Because it wouldn't balance it out, would it? But you can't make the blades lift at the back or the front. Or anywhere else except 90 degrees, as far as I'm aware. I mean, that's as far as I'm aware. Now, this is where we need Mr. Camel, isn't it? And Mr. Camel's not on today because now he's obsessed and sucked into Star Citizen. And he's thoroughly enjoying it. But it's not my fault. Right, what was I going to look at? A target. There we go.
I'll stick to fit twin.
Yeah, I was going to say. How's that going at the moment? Doing anything interesting without saying too much? Right, we're 17 clicks out. I am going straight for the target. So it looks like they're over this hill. So I've got to be careful. We've got a Reaper over there, look. Oh, there's not much there anyway. SA-15, whatever these things are. I never know what they are. I know there's a urinal and a zoo or something. So I'm guessing they're behind this hill.
Harry Gizert said, as DCS development is stagnating, a lot of players tend to turn to Star Citizen now.
You're right, Harry. Stagnating? Would you say it's stagnating?
Yes, they're absolutely mad at the moment. All holidays stopped. Display season coming up.
Ah, right. Fair enough. I wouldn't say it's stagnating. And usually it's the other way round. When Star Citizen, I mean, it's like I haven't streamed that for a few weeks. One of the reasons is this. It's again this last month or two. It's just so much change and so many different ways they're changing things, and you know when it's going through such a big flux, which is good. It's sort of. By the time you jump in and you get a grip of something, right, it'll be changed next time you're in there, or tweaked, or it's different. And I'm still not over keen on the way that the mining for crafting works. I understand the logic of it, but it's only going to be any good if you scale.
Harry Gizert said, Vulcan API, 2 weeks. Dynamic campaign, 2 weeks. Logistics server, 2 weeks.
No, I understand. 2 weeks has been the joke for years. Have I accidentally hit a button there? I think I might have done. Yeah, I thought so. I thought I'd accidentally hit a button. Right, I'm slowing down.
I've noticed loads of people getting into KSP since the Artemis stuff.
Oh, right, yeah. It just depends where stuff's going. The thing is with DCS, I mean, I don't know how long you've been with DCS, Harry, but I mean, you think back to the Nevada test and training map. How many years, right, did it take before that came out? How many photos were pushed out? How many it's been done, it'll be done soon, TM, right? And it's always been the same. What's my distance? 9.2k. Okay, so what?
Harry Hubert said, but only since 2014 or so. Energy 999 said, I've been playing a bunch of KSP myself. It's crazy what modders have done to that.
I'll tell you something. If I know Kerbal Space Program is more updated, right, and it's not as clunky, there is something that was created, and I looked into it because I can't remember, there was something spacey, and it was written by a professor to explain certain systems, and it's called Orbiter. And you've got the basics and the fundamentals of Orbiter, and then you've got mods. It's all completely free, and you can download high textures and that. And the flight in it is amazing. So all these games coming out with all this space stuff about building space stations, you've got the shuttles in there, you've got the original Apollos in there, you've got the ability to go and literally run all these space station missions to go and build the space station. You've got a Canadarms in there. You can go and build, right, the space station, and if you want to do it really good in real time, you can speed it up a bit, obviously, but the stuff that you learn from it, like, you don't realise how, when you've got a fuel core, say a solid fuel core, which was one of the things I think I used years ago, if you, cut a circle down the middle, how this changes the dynamics of the thrust than if you cut a cross down the middle, right? You also learn exactly and understand why, because like when I was younger, you'd got Space Lab, and you'd got what was the Russian one called? And you got two different Mir. You'd got two different systems in space.
Orbiter's still going.
Yeah.
Latest version released December 2024.
There you go. And that is completely free. And it is absolutely amazing. Yes, it's clunky. Yes, the interface takes a bit of getting used to. But believe me, the amount you learn, especially about apogees, perigees, how to get into an Earth orbit, how to rendezvous with something in space, why you have to take off a certain direction, how you want to meet, right, the space station when you take off from Earth. And you start from Earth in flight control surfaces, and then as you get to outside the atmosphere and onto the edges of space, basically what will happen then is you move over to thrust vectoring, and it is absolutely brilliant, I kid you not. And I spent many an hour there, but you start to understand and learn so much from basically how things work. And it's mind-boggling, but it's fascinating. Have you ever actually played on it, Kev, and used it? Or are you just aware of it? Because it is really, really good, to be honest.
Yeah, a long while ago.
But it is as good as I say, is it not? And it is full 6 degrees of freedom, movement, and everything is just spot on, real figures. And then you start to understand why games like Star Citizen and stuff like that can't be hyper realistic. It's as in-depth as the simulators that you get here. But it's worth looking at. It's completely free. It's called Orbiter, And as I said, it is written by a university professor, and then there's a load of people put stuff onto it. You can even get Space 1999 models and things like that. Depending on your age, you'll know what that is. Right, what's my range? A little bit close, 7.3, that's fine. So, target's over there. Now I'm using the little indicator to slow down, okay? And then I'm going to engage the auto hover. And if you can manually bring this down as low as possible, the auto hover will get into auto hover very quickly. Okay, so what I'm looking for is this is 0 and this is stable. So what that means is my inputs are not more than 20%, right? And the trimmer system can hold it. So what it basically does is it takes the equivalent of a GPS reading of where I hit the button. It enables the altitude hold. It holds the altitude, as you can see, and it stops it from moving backwards and forwards, and that's called auto hover.
But KSP mods with realism, Principia, etc. The mechanics are far more realistic than the base version.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I thought it was really good when it come out, because again, it gets people interested in stuff. Do you know what I mean? You start to realise. I was saying something to Lisa the other day, because there was some video I watched about the flat earthers going on about the ISS is just a con and all the rest of it. And so this guy was told, yeah, well, I trust you more than others, so you go and take a picture of it when it crosses the moon and I'll believe you. And when you realise it's moving at, what, 17,500 miles an hour, and it's going to cross the moon, and from the angle from where we are to the moon represents such a small part of that, and you see how fast it goes, he did get it and proved the point, you know, just for the hell of it. But people don't realise, they think it's in space and it's floating around, which it's obviously not. It's in an Earth orbit. It's got a gravity of about 0.9, and the people aren't floating around in space inside the ISS. You know, for those that think they are.
DCS. You get out what you
Yeah.
put in. It's not something you can drop in and out of casually.
Right, weapon systems. Told you you could ask anything, you know. And Kev knows this shit as well. You can ask him anything about anything, especially about planes and mechanics and stuff. He's very good. Right.
Carry on.
No, it's fine. It's fine, Kev. Right, okay, so what I've just done, switched on the weapon systems, and I have chosen, as you can see on here, my outer stations. My outer stations have my laser guided weapons. Now at the moment I'm going to release the Schwarz. It's actually uncaged, but it sounds more like a sea creature. So there's the camera, and as you can see, the screen is now lit up. Unfortunately, I have to keep tweaking with the contrast and everything when I want to look at stuff. So I want to look over this mountain. As I move, you'll see on my Abris, look, right, where this yellow line is. Can you see that on the right? I'll zoom in a little bit. And this has a really wide range. Once it moves out of the hood, it will start to show that box. When I get to the edge, it flashes. But you can see it's about, let's extend it out a little bit. There we go. You can see that's round about 0, 10, 20, 30, about 35 degrees either way. So this camera on a gimbal system, which is gives me range finding and everything, and laser guiding. Has a range of about 70 degrees. However, now it's back in the hood, see the box disappear. However, the issue is these weapons on the edge are laser guided, and there's a laser on the side there. So even though this camera, which is where you can see in the front, that looks like a sort of shrimp, doesn't it? With those little eyes on the sides. A weird shrimp. Those missiles need to be pointing where the laser is before I fire. And with the camera pointing 35 degrees to the left or right, it's something like that, isn't it? I've never noticed before. Where it's pointing 35 degrees or so to the left or right, the laser's not going to be pointing there. The laser's fixed on the side. So we need to make sure that the helicopter turns with it. And it's got built in something called auto turn. This is on the left hand side. And this means that when I release the camera now, every time I let go of the camera, right, the helicopter will turn to face it. And this means whilst I'm still in my really stable hover, right, when I'm looking at targets, I can look 360 degrees, okay? Now, obviously, at this point, I'm not going to be able to see the targets down there. It may be that I'm a little bit too close to the edge of this hill or mountain, so I'm going to have to increase my height. But I'm in this really, really nice auto hover situation. So what they do, excuse me, let's just select the missiles there, is I can use this collective brake and increase my collective, right? Allow my helicopter to come up. You know what? I wonder if they've killed everything. Oh, not yet. Allow my helicopter to rise up, overcome this altitude hold, and allow me to look over the mountain. That's the plan. So you'll see my altitude will start to move. And I don't want to go too fast. Now it might be, it's going to be easier to move left and look over this little bit. If you get too close to the hill, you're going to stick up like a sore thumb. And as I said, I might be too close to this and I'm going to have to go too high. But at least at some point, this will allow me to look over and see what we've got down there. Okay, and when I'm in position, what I can do now, that's a little bit to the left, but I'll stop there anyway, is look down here. You can see it's not great for looking for targets, but I can zoom in a little bit. It looks like it's down this towny area, I think, but possibly more to the left, or it might be just below me. Now, because I'm not right on top of the hill, the angle I am here, let's have a look. The angle I am here, it means they can't see me that well. Okay, if I was on top of the hill lifting up, then I would be really visible. So I need to move up a little bit more and see what I can see, and I need to do it quite slowly. I don't know what's left. There's probably going to be nothing left by the time I got there. Oh, there's something. Look, see it? I think that's something. Now I'm going to put the laser on, and that's going to give me, when I hit this button here, a range 10. Really? It's definitely something, isn't it? So this missile doesn't go 10, but we are quite high up, relatively speaking, I guess. I'll try and extend it, and I think it'll just drop it early. It won't let me shoot at the moment, because there's a set of parameters. The parameters say if your target is within range and the missile pipper and the laser are coincident, then you can fire. And I'm over range. This is the minimum range, this is the maximum range, and this is our center point, our starting point. But I can override it by switching this from auto to manual, and now it will let me fire. So let's see what happens. Rifle. I don't think the missile's going to reach. It's way too far off. I could reach that range if I was at maybe 1800 meters, but I don't think it's going to reach. It might not also be a tank, it might be, yeah, look, so. Oh, is it that village over there? Maybe it isn't. I think everything's down here. Oh, they're all flying in really, really close now, so it can't be that bad. Okay. Does look like a tank to me. You know what? That might be a bush. Wouldn't be the first time. Can you see the way some of the bushes and things, especially in this colour scheme, look as though they're armour or something like that. Yeah, look. So there's another one. Seems to be a recurring thing, doesn't it? Alright, if I would have got here faster, it might have been a little bit better to go in from the side. This is their base, I think, their headquarters. Now my missiles are not going to touch that. You'd need one hell of a bomb to be able to blow that. I can see we've got a fob there. Is the base being blown up as well? The headquarters, their headquarters with the aerials on and the bunker. Shipping containers?
Yeah, I think that's what
I take it everything's gone from there now.
There's 3, I think.
Right. So we're a little bit higher. But again, from their point of view, also, let's look at the range. Oh, that's better. Look.
Under attack.
Ah.
Under attack.
That's from PUP. As I said, it doesn't know where we are.
Under attack. Warning. Under attack.
Do we have to get rid of the factory? There's something. A little truck, look at that. I can shoot that. Rifle. Follow the missile down. Hopefully. There we go. So killed the urinal. So we got 2 things left. 3 things left. BTR and a zoo. So again, it wouldn't have let me fire that because it's got a 7.1 range. However, I know I can extend to that range from this height. The other way of doing it sometimes is by pointing the missile up. That's 8.7. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to squeeze that. Might not. That's it. Can't even get a lock on it. I can try and fire at it, but we'll see. See what happens. But I don't think I'll get it. Rifle. I think it's just a little bit too much. I think the missile's going to run out of steam by the time it gets there. You can see it's bobbling around a little bit. Wow. Okay. It's damaged. It's not completely. See that one? 8.8. Let's try this, shall we? Oh, he's done it. Did you see it blow up just before? What I was going to do was shoot up in the air and then bring it down. Also, can you see that there? That looks like something, right? But it's just tree. That looks like something with some pointy things on. So it pops up in the A10C at the moment. I'm not getting a proper lock on that at all. So what I'll do is point up, rifle, and then bring the laser down. See what happens. If it stretches just a little bit. It's just in front of it, isn't it? Look, can't quite reach. I would need to move further forward. What we got? There's a few other things kicking around. Wonder if it's already dead in some way.
Actually flying down the road in between the skyscrapers. Convoy's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, all four of them. BMPs and two tanks with guns. Not here.
Too far out. Let's go and have a look, shall we? See what we can see. Probably get shot down. Fuel wise, I've got some. Right, one of the things that this has got is a cannon. It's got a 30mm cannon on the side. Look. Okay, so when I bring it out of auto hover, I must make sure that altitude is off. I'll switch this back to manual for now. We've got a 30mm cannon that is forward facing. Okay, so again, this has got a range, and it's a range of about 4.5 clicks, and we can use the Schwal with it and guide it, or we can just have it pointing out the front of the helicopter. As we go over here, I'm going to have to pop this up because it's masking some of the little bumps and undulations on these rocks, so I can't see them.
It's you in front of me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they being shot? That's
What you been shot at with?
looks like the band rack.
Warning.
Ah, right. So you're over there. Now, just for clarity, by the way, if I switch this on at altitude hold, somebody said to me the other day, I think it was Yam, didn't realise there was an altitude hold.
You did some cluster bombing. And say you did that quickly.
What we got? Oh, there's a zoo there. Look on this. This is the road, is it?
And the 105's a GPS guided, aren't they?
Wick mids. No, it's 250 grand a pop when they first come out. You can use last wind correction on CBU 97s and achieve the same job for no extra money. Am I right?
You're right.
Well, 250 grand a missile just for a bit of a tail. Jeez.
Good if we was getting charged rather than losing points when you died.
Yeah. Yeah, you mean adding up the cost of the war, cost of the battle?
Obviously, you'd have to earn a lot more as well.
Yeah. Well, we'd start with a pot. I think there are some missions where you have a pot of money, and by beating the enemy, you basically gain money. Interesting. Is that where I am?
I think so.
No idea. I'm sort of having a float round. If someone's got to blow the buildings up, I can't do that with this.
You gotta destroy that.
I think the JTAG says something about, I'll have a look at it. It's
There's people on the floor.
hopefully runway's clear.
Don't know what that was. Didn't seem to be doing anything though, did it? We got anything else here?
Have a look in a second.
A CBU 97, right, is the same, except the 105 is a CBU 97 with a tail kit. And then you've got is it the 103 and the 93 or 94, something like that? For 87 for the soft targets. Same sort of setup. That's it, yeah. Yeah, so it's, as I said, it is a 97 with a tail unit on, which was a modification, but as I said, it is a ridiculous amount. Whereas if you look at wind correction in the last, which we covered I think last week on the A10 training, you can actually make the 97s drop them CCRP, and it'll make an adjustment on your drop point on your P-brill, even in a wind, and just takes everything into account, any direction, any height, and your bombs are on target. It's quite clever.
So at the factory, you've got the compound, shipping containers, shipping containers, shipping containers, hangar, compound, shipping containers.
Right, okay.
I can, at the moment it's lazy the compound.
Which is the compound run by the factory then?
Just put smoke on the compound. it's got to be the factory, isn't it?
Which one are you going at? Because there's no smoke here.
It's behind the building.
Ah, right, okay. Ah, right, sorry, yes, you are right. It's behind the building.
Imagine it's that big building and compound. What shipping containers are they?
They're like big boxes for ships.
Hey,
No?
you liked me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, guns don't do a lot to this.
The handle bits, look. Or shipping containers. Big ones.
Okay, let me come and have a look. What's my gun on? High explosive.
But really, a couple of big bombs in that whole area should take it all out. Sounds like a job for Pup. No.
Ah, right, I can see your shipping containers now.
Yeah.
CBU 105s are only $700,000 each. Ghost ham them.
How much? 700,000? Yeah, the 105s, Kev's telling me, are 700,000 each.
Pocket change for the war machine.
I thought the cluster bombs were banned now anyway.
I think it should be.
No, I think they are.
That's a mode, aren't they?
It's not easy mode because it's not easy to be precise with them, especially with the wind that we have usually on servers that I've had my fingers on. Come on. What was that idea for?
Energy 999 said they're only banned by the people who don't use them.
Yeah, as it happens, I believe the American ones, when they drop, they go inert if they've not blown anything up. So that's not to say that the materials are not dangerous.
Lower gear.
It's a little bit close with my tail, wasn't it? I guess.
What? Yeah.
Whereabouts?
From Tempton.
It means nothing to me.
Yes. Heading of 179. 9 nautical miles.
Okay. Yeah, alright. I've taken out the little doodads in between the whatsits. My cup of tea. Jesus.
I don't know if you can get the hangers as well.
I tried shooting them on the way through the once, and they didn't seem to want to, you know, be killed by that. I'll have to use the missiles. Let's have a look. Just keep an eye on that MI8 for me, and we'll see what I can do.
Bearing 187 for 5
Yeah, but I'm not there now. So you just mentioned the other things, the hangar. So for how many nautical miles?
5.
Oh, shoot, bearing what?
186 for 5.1 nautical miles. Oh, yeah, higher than you.
I can't see it. How is it?
Is that so? Container hanging out there.
Who parks the Apache in the middle?
Hey! This is my rear wheel. You'll be fine.
Can't see this. Can't see this MI8 yet.
It is now bearing 192 2 nautical miles.
2. Why can't I see it? How high is it?
Fairly high. According to the thing, it's at 2,000 feet.
Man, I think I'm way over that.
You are at, yeah, about the same height.
That's the nuclear right there.
Yeah, I just can't see it at all.
I don't see it either.
I can see my shadow. I've got no eyes on it whatsoever. People think this is easy. Just looking for a bit of movement. Anyone spot it? Please shout out. No, I can't see it at all. Turn round now, so where the hell is it gone?
That's way in front, you know, so bearing off 016, 2 nautical miles in front of you. It's nearly at the base.
Yeah, it probably will be. As literally, I can't see it.
From this perspective, so you can see you. It's just past the hills, so it's now ducking down the land near the farm.
What's going on with my thing? Wait a bit. Oh, shut up.
Yes.
It's going to be landed and everything will be back in a minute.
Roaches.
Yeah.
Intel received.
Intel. Inbound. Still in the factory. No, so it was right of the factory. You can't see it when you're.
I can't see him at all.
It's invisibles.
What are we looking
Oh
for?
no, there he is. Down to your right. You can see him. Just putting the box down.
I still can't see him.
It's like swing right a bit more, or turn right a bit more. Keep going, keep going, keep going right in front of you, at the ground. Yeah. Okay.
I've just hit him, but
Yeah, you got rid of his tail rotor, but he's still able to, like...
many times have I got to shoot him? Fuck.
Right balance, it's fine.
Oh man. Out of ammo. That's alright. I have another technique. Oh, lost him again now. I looked away. Where's he gone? Wait a bit. Where's the tin can?
No, it's
Is the freight still there?
yeah. I need to get laser.
Can you see the container that he dropped?
That's not that bad. That's the arm it's going to. There's a button to fire it.
Use the space bar. Oh no, space bar fires a missile.
F-18 was your plane.
I got to go there by sunrise.
I'd got high explosive and armor piercing, so I just had to switch over, but it's not easy when you're flying. Right, okay. So someone's bombed the factory by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I think there's a container down there though.
Well, if this helicopter lands, you're gonna
Where's the helicopter?
just straight to your left and right a little bit. In front of you and above you. Now to your right. Where you can get
I've got rid of his cargo he was bringing, supplies.
from you now is to your right.
This is,
Right.
yeah, this is where we could do with some better system. Go on.
Right in front of you.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, hang on. There's the helicopter. Does he have to land still? Because his cargo I've destroyed. Looks like he's bugging out.
No, he's not. Hold on.
Of course, all of this flying, I'm holding the...
Looked important.
He's still flying.
Yeah. What, we no blade? No rotor?
He's got a rotor. Got no tower rotor. Oh yeah, it's got a tower rotor.
This can't go with these. What I'm going to have to do is see how many missiles I've got. Let me slow down and move back a bit. And have I got some missiles still? Someone's got to come across and bring supplies.
I forget if you can load ones on that thing or if it's only behind and hip.
You can load something, but to be honest, I never bother with any of the bombs and things. The stuff we're going after sometimes, you know, if it was just a little group of static targets, fine, but it very, very rarely is. I'm just slowing down at the moment.
They're absolute rubbish.
Yeah, I just don't bother with them, to be fair, to the point that...
That hip is about to land on top of the tower.
But the hip, I shut it down. What happened?
It's still landing it. It went down and then it repaired itself. It's landing at one of the...
I don't get that. How the hell does that work?
I don't know. You can see it landing there.
No, I can't. If you look.
On the actual path itself.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. Which one?
Left-hand corner square.
How many shots have I got to put into that?
It's actually opened its rear doors.
Oh, for God's sake. This is just ridiculous, isn't it?
Said EWRS in the top right of your screen is showing you where he is.
It's got one blade that's half the length. Maybe two blades at half the length.
Ah, man, I ain't going to be able to get that, I tell you. Just a minute, Kev. Missed. I was trying to hit him, but I missed. Oh, man.
I got 8, said F.
Can you... Yeah, it's fine. I tried to hit him. Can you believe, right, how many times do I have to shoot the damn thing and it just carries on? Pardon?
It did upgrade the factory.
Yeah, it has upgraded. There's a little bit there. Probably one drop of a cluster. But how many times did I have to shoot it and how much stuff falls off it?
I know.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? They're like bloody... I'm firing popcorn or something.
Yeah. If they shoot you though, it's like getting hit by a tank.
A little AK-47 shoots me. I'm going down.
Smoke.
Factory number 22.
Right, anyway. You can see how shitty the bloody... it's not the ammo. I mean, you can just take tanks out and stuff with those guns. But sometimes the helicopters are like the damage model. I mean, you saw how many times I hit it the other way. I got rid of its main freight. Shot it, bits fell off it. And then it just worked. Carried on as if nothing could happen. That's crazy. Right, okay, I'm just finishing my cup of tea before I get told off. There's only a little bit over there. I suppose I best... have we got anyone going over in an AC? Otherwise, I'll bring Chinook over and resupply.
I'm over in the Apache. I don't know if I can
All
get
right.
what's here we go.
Pup.
Yeah, what's that?
What the hell was that?
Oh, it's Pup. You heard that sound, didn't you?
Yeah?
That's what yours used to do when your sound card played up. And it was shambles. Can you hear it? Shambles is trying to talk, right? And his sound card's playing up. And it's doing what yours did. And that's what I used to hear from you.
Crikey.
Not a Fraggle Rock.
It's bizarre, isn't it? I don't know whether you can hear Sham. You might not be able to, but your audio's a bit weird. Right, Banda Abyss.
Says, sounds like Lisa's cackle.
It's not that bad. Where are we going to? Banda Abyss, did you say? Where are we taking off from?
I'm taking off from Bandar Abyss.
Right.
And heading towards the factory. You need to bring supplies to the factory.
Yeah, what I'm doing is just getting a Chinook. I'll probably, I was going to say, beat you there.
Probably will actually. You should have. I'm going to go over the mountain this time though. I'm not going round. Anyway,
I don't know what it is there that's ready to shoot you. Right, okay. Chinook. Right, when it's all drawn in, there we go. Really easy to start at the moment, not complete, there's no hood, which is a real pain in the ass. Battery on. And then what we're going to do is switch the APU down to run for 5 seconds. Press and hold it down to start for 2, and then let go. And then after a short while, we should see the APU ready light come on. Okay, so if we just wait, we should hear a little click and a whir, especially if the volume's turned up. Yeah, with resupply Bandar Abyss. Oh, right, okay. Okay. Right, APU's ready. We can switch the APU on, and all these panels should now be on. We'll clear all these errors as we go through, all caution summaries, and these mostly these are advisories. Okay.
You'll be happy to know now. A tail wheel is not on the runway anymore.
Right, we're going to switch the cross feed on, put the aft and forward fuel flow for the left engine. We're going to roll down the fuel pump to ground for the left engine. We're going to start the rotor, but we're going to also, we'll be looking at this number here for engine number 1, and when it's at 12 we'll release the button. Okay, so there we go, 11, 12. We let go and the rotor's going to start turning. It was a little bit weird that, but I don't know whether Sham can hear us or not. But it sounds like sound card drivers have died to death. Pup used to get it all the time. And it sounds like some weird dolphin noise, doesn't it? Okay, once this gets up to 63, we'll be able to start the second engine. Process is similar. So, off. Aft and forward. We're going to roll this down to ground. And then we're going to press and hold the start button to engine number 2 and look down until it gets to 12 again. There we go.
compound would probably be the worst one, wouldn't it? Because I don't think I can get that
Which one's
right.
the compound?
The big building, I think. The one with the chimney stacks. I might be able to do it as well, but I won't be able to do it tomorrow.
Right, okay, so once it's at 63 each, we're going to wind these down to flight. Not going to do it too fast, although it's, you know, it's not really modelled some of the problems with this, I think. Like, you shouldn't really be doing it, it should be moved up nice and slow, like when you're in the Huey. Okay, so let's have a look down here. We can see it's telling us egg is on. If we look here, it's already on. Right, it used to be off and then we switched it on, and you watch when we do that now, that goes off, right, which is fine, but it'll probably come back on again later. We're going to put the RWR on. I'm going to put generator 1 and 2 on, and then I'm going to switch the APU off and the APU start off and put backup power on. Right, let's have a look now. So what else can we do? Let's see if I can get my radio working for a change. We're going to go to radio number 3 and we're going to go, oh, before I go there I need to switch this on, turn that to presets, then go to presets, change this to main. This is just the name, and then do 124.000 and hit that there. And then when I hit this again, it should make sure that this is set to main. Now, I have had some issues with this, and I don't know why. So let's bring up, if I can remember. Right, there it is. No, that's the wrong radio. Can you see? Oh no, 124. 124 radio check.
555.
Oh, there you go, they heard me. Which is good, that's working. Lima Charlie, thank you. Switch that back off. Try and switch that back off. Control Shift and Tab. Can't switch that back off. Why can't I switch it off? We'll just go there. Okay. We're going to... Let's have a look. I haven't finished, have I yet? Running ahead. Trimmer. Put this to both. We're going to arm and bypass. I can do it manually. Oh yeah, that's a point. What happened? Did she phone up and change it to 3 o'clock? Did you change it? Well, just tell her 3 o'clock. Normally you're busy. Yeah, but you could spend a long afternoon instead. Right, so it's waypoint 22, isn't it? Interesting. It's waypoint 23 on mine. So is that the right one? Yep, waypoint. No. Yes, waypoint 23. Excellent. Okay. So let's have a look at this. We're going to switch this on. We're going to put the overlay on. We're going to put this on and switch to flight plan. There we go. That's where we're going. Okay, so we know where we're going now. Oh, man, it's a pain in the ass. So what we've got to do now is get some supplies. and go to logistics, zone supplies, and we want one, and we want another one. Will it only let me take one? It might do. Oh, sorry, previous. It might let me only take one. Oh, maybe I've got 3 now. Oh yes, I have. Oh well. Let's put the back door down. You won't be able to load supplies without the back door down. And can I squidge 3 in there, do you think? Use this menu to load supplies. Load that one. Load that one. Is this going to be pushing it? Oh, it's going to be pushing it. Let's drop the fuel down. Can I drop it down enough? Oh, I can, but will I reach target area? Let's see how we get on. It's not going to be great, is it? Yeah, it does look really weird. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It does look like a frog in shock. I could taxi there, yeah. This is going to be like flying a brick, and I wouldn't have done it had I have realised it was heavy. I'm not sure whether it'll let me take one out, actually. It would be safer, but let's see if it works. I can always get another Chinook, can't I? I mean, how much are they, Kev? Why is that screen just popped up on my other monitor? Right, I'm trusting on you to sort this out then, Wiz. Yeah, it's on its way. You need to get a move on as well, and it's much faster than you. And then you're going to see what happens. Anyone else in the air to be able to take out the hip incoming and finish the factory off?
No chance of the RS at all, I guess, even if you did get it up.
Yeah, we'll see. Okie dokie. Let's put this on as well while I think about it. Is it going to move? Is it? Oh, is it going to move? Oh my god, I forgot that I needed to add in the button. Otherwise it doesn't move at all. Come on. Let's get a bit of forward movement. Give it a little bit of lift.
He's just dead wet.
I should do it. But if we get into trouble, at least he's there to bring some hilarity and mirth out. I must remember to press that button when I start trying to move my power lever. Otherwise, nothing happens. So I'm sort of trying to be a little bit gentle with this. Nothing too heavy. Just going to trim the nose down a little bit. This is the problem. I forget about this button, and as a consequence, I'm sort of trying to move my power. Well, it's not called a collective in this thing, and it's not moving at all. Come on, let's try and get this going, get it nice and stable, and try and keep the torque from over torquing.
Intel received.
SA 11 o'clock. Searching.
Are you rifling the MI8? Okay, that feels reasonably stable. It's not over torquing at the moment. I wish there was a hood. I watched somebody do a video, I don't know how old it is, about the index page, and it's basically, oh, this isn't working, saying the wrong names for the controls, and I'm thinking, this is a bit of an odd one. Why would you go through a page and show you the things that aren't working when virtually everything's not working? Just seemed a little bit of an odd one to me. At least we're going in some semblance to the right way. I'm not going to go over there. I think I might go...
11 o'clock. Tracking.
You got rid of the hip, yeah? Did he die for you? Pulling this up a little bit. Come on. Why does this do this?
4 o'clock. Searching.
This isn't the weight, by the way. This is something that's been happening to me the past few times I've flown this, and I wonder if it's just me trying to deal with a trim, because it is really odd. I mean, it usually flies really nice and stable. I put trim on and then it goes all over the place. Never mind, I've corrected it. I think I'll leave the trim off, to be honest. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah. It's also, it seems to occur, I mean, I tried to get the altitude hold working, and I'm not sure whether something's clashing. I keep an eye on the torque as best as I can, but then it does some really weird shit. You can recover from it, but if it's spinning on torque, what it'll do, like other helicopters, is it can't deliver the power you want, and it over RPMs, so it drops the RPM. So it could just be because it's dropping the RPM and then you're losing control over the rotor. Yeah, it's probably more torque than anything. It's nothing. I don't think anything is doubled up at all. It's just I'm having issues where I didn't ever since I enabled altitude hold, which I haven't even got on, the trimming, and put the button on the power. So you have to hold the button when you're adjusting power. But that would make more sense in terms of if you're trying to request more power than it can deliver, it drops the RPM. and because it's not like a tail rotor or an anti-torque rotor, that's where it normally goes first. So you would lose rotor effectiveness on the tail rotor, and it will cause you to start to spin. But obviously this hasn't got one, so I'm guessing it is dropping the RPM on either one of the blades or both the blades, which is why you would sort of logically go in for a spin. Does that make sense? I'm not quite sure of the fundamentals, but that sounds logical to me. This is the one day. Where's bloody Mr. Camel? If anyone knows, does that sound right? About right? Because on a normal helicopter, if you lose your tail rotor because you're over torquing, you'll start to spin. And this hasn't got one. So the torque's under control, that's under control. So you know, this is like flying relatively normally, but I'm having to fly it without putting anything in. Now I can enable or try and enable the altitude hold, but from... Oh god no, I have no curves on anything. But see, I just tried then to put on altitude hold, right? It's not over torquing. Excuse me. I've taken it off. Excuse me. I've taken it off and it just seems to fly okay. No, I never use curves, to be honest. The resolution of the pedals and everything is absolutely fine. The stick as well. So the pedals aren't too fierce and they don't suddenly kick in. I've got no curves on anything and they seem to work fine. I mean, that includes World War II fighters and everything, and it doesn't feel like those. You can see I'm over talking now, so I expect problems, yeah? But what the other thing is... Oh dear. Oh no, I can recover that. No, I can't. This is just overweight, isn't it? What, there's the overweight bit. Is Disco Dave? Come on, Dave. Don't let us down. No, he's not doing anything, even though I'm on my side. I'll go and get another one, but I won't put 3 in this time. That was over ambitious, to be fair. So let's try that again, but without being overloaded. I've got Thrustmaster TPR pedals, Warthog set up, basically. So I've gone through the whole startup, by the way, so I won't necessarily bore you to tears with it again. Is that coming on this time? Yeah. Just took a while. So I've gone through the startup for this, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering. So earlier on, explained everything. Yeah, before I made any changes, I found it a lot probably easier, but I thought I'll put that switch in and do it properly. But it does do some interesting things. And it used to fly really, really nice. But going along there, I mean, I shouldn't even need any rudder pedals at all. It should be doing it. I can't remember what the speed is, if anyone can remember it. Is it 40? Or is it more than that? The other big problem I have, I can't read the numbers or most of the stuff without zooming in, and then when I'm zooming in, I'm going to end up not watching what I'm doing. So I've got to keep an eye on the time. How are we doing with it?
Can't kill him with hellfires, unfortunately.
What's that? Those warehouses? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought well, I shot at them on the way through, but nothing.
Yeah, they're on fire.
Need something bigger. Yeah, no worries. Right. Let's put these on there.
Kev said, seems to be a known issue. Some people say setting the cyclic trim switch to manual rather than auto helps.
Yeah, the cyclic trim switch. What, not using it on what's it? Oh, hey. Like 2 weeks now. Yesterday you replaced your track IR with a Meta 3. Is it normal I have to reprogram some of your buttons? Notice my zoom. Right, I think when you're using the Meta, I think the zoom is taken over the way your sort of zoom thing would normally work. To be honest, anyone else? Hang on, I don't think I've got anyone else who's using VR. Are you there, Shab? Sham, if you can hear me, your sound card is knacked, mate. You're doing a squeaky noise like Pup did. You need to reboot your machine. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Energy. I was just about to ask somebody who I know who uses it. I think the question's been answered too, Sham, but yeah, your audio is all over the place. Or TeamSpeak maybe, stop and a restart. Yeah. Right, okay, where did I get to? Over here, got that. Did I switch these back off? Yes. Okay. Right, so go to the power page. If I leave these on, this tells me it's available. It never, as I said, it never used to do that. So I'm going to switch it off. Back on again, get rid of that message. Put that on, put that back to both. I'll try it without the trim completely. Pop these up, bypass that, stick this on to preset, switch that up. Come down to here. Go to mission, go to the third radio presets. I'll just call it something. 1, 2, 4. Dot 0. Press that, select it, make sure that's there. Oh, there you are, Sham. What happened? Have you restarted something? Ah, right, it's just TeamSpeak then. Yeah, what you were doing was like a dolphin noise. Yeah, that's fine. I was just going to ask you a question about VR, but someone's answered it. So that's fine, thanks. 1, 2, 4, radio check. Can't hear anybody. everything's set up right. DIR, let's get there. Factory, that's where we're going. I think we're going to the factory. Okay. There we go. Right, let's load something up. And this time, just do 2 of them. Oops. Gone ahead of myself there. Zone supplies. That's what I missed last time. There's the supplies. There's the surprise frog. Let's load these in. Let's not do any trimming or anything. Right, I'll be on the way over. Just keep it covered. What? You do what you need to do. Right, let's try that. Let's not use any trim or anything. Make sure everything's ready. Did I put my APU off? Yes. So this should fly a little bit better, I'm expecting. Use the switch. Right. Over talking already. There we go. Okay, en route. So we're not too far away. This is faster than an Apache as well. Three 301 en route to factory with supplies. Let's get a little bit of height, shall we? Seems to be flying obviously a lot better now, not using the trim or anything on it, so it's auto trimming. What speed we're doing, and this is my problem, I can't read shit. I shouldn't need any pedals, it should just automatically add in pedal movement and keep any turns coordinated. Look, up to probably, is it 60 degrees or so maybe? Yeah. Oh no, Macca. I thought you just bought a new car. Let's see if somebody's ears are awake. Oh, you did?
Yes.
Excellent. It works then. Oh, torque. See the torque just suddenly flash up? So I've just lifted the nose up just a little bit, and I'm just going to back off on the torque a fraction. Even though it wasn't too much before, it seemed to over torque, and then I could feel it start to rotate. Hello. Hey, are you not grumpy today, are you? I know you got to go to work and you're not playing games. Just imagine I'm not gaming at all. This is like a job. Does move, this just doesn't feel like it, does it? Time we got 11:14. Hey, Wolfie.
My old school teacher was doing his total confusion, but she taught us well.
God. Are you looking these up? That's quite good. Good morning. It's funny you should say that. When I was watching something on the telly, and I was watching some YouTube news, and I had to laugh, and I actually read it out and explained it to the other half. They just rolled their eyes at me. But this is quite serious. The other day, Dubai, right, closed Dubai airport, and they also closed Abu Dhabi airport. Would you believe it? And I looked over at Lisa, and I said, did you know, right, that back in the 60s they did a massive survey over there, and they found that the people in Dubai didn't like the Flintstones, and they surveyed the other people and found that the people in Abu Dhabi do. Surprising, huh? But the actual news item I referred to was true, and I just fell about laughing. And I said to Lise, I said, you know what? Dubai has closed Dubai airport and Abu Dhabi airport. And she's like rolling her eyes because she knows what's coming. But anyway, there you go. I just thought I'd mention that in passing. I'm a little bit off my waypoint line here, but that's fine. I'm not going to fly over the mountains.
It just gets worse every week.
Do you want a good one?
Oh, go on.
From Wolfie.
Go on.
Apparently his old school teacher was called Mrs. Turtle.
Yeah.
He said it was a really weird name, but she taught us well. Look, I'm over talking. Stop cackling like a witch. Your broomstick's making my helicopter go weird. Oh dear. Wolfie was the one with the bears. I know some people might not know that. Right? It's. I tell you what, Wolfie. This is why I never give her a mirror, right? Because if I give her a mirror and she looks at it, she just laughs at herself, and I can hear her cackling when she's getting her makeup on. I have to go and take it off her. It's terrible. Anyway, just in case people heard the news, there was a survey done, and apparently veterinarians found that when they work when they work in the mouth of grizzlies and bears that they catch in the wild, they found that it's far better to anaesthetise them before they start work, because apparently they found there's safety in numb bears. See, I can't remember all of these.
Just stick
Oh no, that's funny. I used to, when Lisa's mother, she comes from London, and she used to pop up sometimes.
Just said, and the viewer's hand drops like a stone.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, fuck it, right, stop.
0 in 60 seconds.
But hey ho. But yeah, Mum used to come and she'd say to Liz, you know what? I was going home on the bus, she'd go on a train, then catch a bus, and she says, and I just started laughing as she was going through some of the things I'd said, because I just wind her up all the time. I'm sorry, did you want to hear that one again? Did you miss it? Oh, that's not a good view, is it, for me? Paragon. Are you still at factory at the moment, Wiz? Oh, so don't ask. I'm just wondering where the factory is from where I am, because it's not, you know. Yeah. As if Macca's sitting on your lap, get Macca to get the gun off the side and shoot the helicopter. Follow this. Is it a little stream? You can put your wheels on his rotor.
Has that ever actually worked?
Yeah, no, I die hitting it, but you can drop your helicopter down and let your wheels interfere with his rotor, and it'll just take his rotor out. It does work.
Intel received.
Intel received. I'm waiting for the caramel chocolate advert to come on from Cadbury's.
I knew a transvestite from Greater Manchester rare. He had a women address.
Oh, for God's sake. Right, I'm not too far away. On what you in? Oh God, it's a 16. Is it DMS? Is it the right button or the left button? On oh, you haven't got a Warthog, have you? Oh, does the Warthog function the same in the 16 as it does in the Magic?
Intel received.
Intel received. And have you tried Cadbury's caramel? Okay, keep your eyes open for MI8s. I'm not far, I'm just over the way, I think. I'm some away. I'll try and speed up a little bit. It used to be really good, but then I don't know what happened. Wasn't the pedals, it's this trimming, auto, altitude hold and all that, and over talking. Hey, Mr. Camel. Hello, how the devil are you? Yeah. Just one moment. Thank you very much, Mr. Camel. Could have done with you earlier. Had a question. I posed a theory and you could have helped. Just one moment. Yeah, go ahead. What is it? Yeah. Okay, anybody know how to zoom in and out on a TGP on an F-16? Okay. Apparently it's man RNG knob. There you go, thank you. Can't tell how close I am here. Right. So basically, excellent. I have been having a few issues. Not so long back, a few weeks back, I put the altitude hold on and set a button for the power thing on the Chinook. And then it does some really weird shit. You can be going along all nicely. The altitude hold never holds the altitude like it's supposed to, right? But suddenly you'll find it starts to turn. And I was thinking it's probably, somebody was suggesting it's probably over talking. Now, last time I come out, I was overweight. I didn't realise three loads was too much. And I tried it and obviously lost it. But the point is, the way that a normal helicopter works, when you're trying to ask for more power than it can deliver, it starts to drop the RPM. So you lose tail effectiveness. And I theorised that because we haven't got a tail, if we start to over-talk too much, it'll drop the RPM, which will cause either one or both propellers to start to lose RPM, and therefore that's what puts you into the sort of spinny problems you get. Is that correct, or does that sound about right? I would imagine it's both props or both rotors rather than one, but you know. So is it one rotor would go, like your back rotor, or is it sort of just both rotors would drop off? And then that would induce a spin. That's where I was going. I need to start landing.
Fixed wing, 7 o'clock, searching.
Right, okay. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. I thought it was something like that, which made logical sense following on from what happens in normal helicopters. Ah, right, okay. Hang on, I can't hear all of that. I'm going to have to come back and read that. I've got 2. Yeah, sure. You're going to drop one off, yeah? Are you in a 130? Yeah, copy that. Have we already had one delivered?
Fixed wing, 5 o'clock, searching.
I'm pausing what I'm doing. How many have you got on you, Sham? Okay. I'll just drop the one then. There you go. So factory upgraded 1 of 3. Yeah, I've dropped 1. Okay, do you want me to drop it or are you gonna?
5 o'clock, searching.
Request rearming.
No, it's got 2 of 3. I've just dropped it, so I've got 2. It needs 1 more.
I mean, I think Mills one captured it, and then Mills second one. I think so. I can't see it. Yeah, normally you'd see the little square.
So this is Sham flying range. Right, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, enjoy my tea. Right. Anyone got any questions? So it seems then, basically from the conversation earlier, that that's exactly what happens. Is it just, you know, the way it deals with over talking is to lower the RPM. It used to be really bad in the Apache, but it has the same effect. What was your joke, Wolf? A Yorkshireman takes his cat to the vet. Yorkshireman, hey up lad, I need to talk to thee about my cat. Where's Sting when you need him? Vet, is it a Tom? Yorkshire, no, I brought it with us. It's very similar to Yam Yam Black Country. If I said somebody, a Black Country guy went to the vet, says, I bought me Whamel, right? And he'd say, is it a Tom? And he'd say, nah, I bought it Winnie. It's very similar. A Tom would mean the same, or you could say at home, yeah, as in at home. That would work as well. But in Black Country, you can call a cat or a dog a Whamel. It's quite good that we got all these things to do, supplies. They call it a 57 with fried rice. So Sham's coming in to do another drop. So he's coming in, does a low level over the base, drops parachute with the supplies on. Let's take this off. I'll take a picture while I'm here, can't I? See the heat haze around there. Yay! Doing it. No, then. I said I hope you were here. I said because it would have meant that you could have said it the way you say it. Do you know what I mean? How are you, Stingy? I haven't seen you for a week. What's up? Yeah, I'm just talking to him. Why am I back here? I should be back on Sham.
He's married.
No, he ain't been too good. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Has he got his back doors open, look? Has he got cargo in there? Yeah, he has. You can see the cargo. So that should slide out. It's a bit dark, but... No, fair enough. Oh, Nickers, sorry. Are you, you've been too tired? You just like... You know what I mean? Was it one of those... Can't be asked. Also... Is being at home starting to have an effect now, by the way? Because it does take a bit of getting used to. You know, just getting into a rhythm. I don't know whether F6 will follow the parachute down like it follows a weapon. I'm sure if I press F6 it'll go to the... Try not to bomb me with them. Well, if it was an MI8 it wouldn't do anything, it would just bounce off it.
Fixed wing, 8 o'clock. Searching.
I think Shambles has gone again on his... Ah, fair enough, matey. No worries. You mean it's fortunate timing? That's fair enough. As long as you're alright, that's the main thing. Well, within reason. This... Is that sliding out yet? Or is it just going to appear? Be good if it just slid out, wouldn't it? I know. Oh, right, okay. No worries. That's the general gist though, isn't it? I would imagine. Did you drop that, Sham? Okay, that's fair enough. Thanks. Yeah, I said to Kev that you're really getting sucked into SC. You're still enjoying it, and I know there's a load of changes. I backed off a bit because there's too many changes in a few weeks from the beginning of the month. Do you see what I mean? Did that work? It seemed like they dropped okay, didn't it? It hasn't upgraded, has it, from what I can see, Shab?
Anything with a tail rating, it will be much more of an issue due to low water speed affecting player performance.
Yeah. Yeah. Shab, your voice, mate, has gone again on TeamSpeak. Can you hear this in the background? Just squeaks, that's all we can get. That's all we can get out of him. Right, okay, let's have a look at the next mission before I move on. Right, okay, we're going from there.
Changes are going to change things up in this sea for sure.
Oh yeah, they are. I'm still
Still loving it.
good. As long as you just take, you know, the thing, roll with the things that go wrong and don't let it frustrate you. But I hear, without testing, that they've... Oh, fair enough. That the medium fighters... Oh no, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Got SA-10s... Blimey, there's a lot of SA-10 stuff, isn't there? What else have we got here? These things are horrible. Panzers are really bad. So what have we got here? This looks... Right, the hill is here. There we go. We've got a range in from... somewhere over here. So rather than jump into something and spend my last half an hour explaining it, I'll just jump into a shark and go from the factory. So select a role. Where are we on here? Factory. And we'll go with the shark. I'll have everything loaded up here. I'm not going to spawn hot. I do need to nip to the loo though, because I've had a good supply of tea today. Let's have a look around. These aren't us, by the way. I think that's one of ours. Not sure who's flying it. Right, let me have a look out. And we'll have a look at who's going over in the Apache. With a stick with a hat on, which is an FCR. I'll be back shortly. I've got about half an hour, so I'll get over there quickly. I might end up shot. The biggest problem there is the Panzer, because while you're focusing on the SA-10, it's off to the right and it will take you out as soon as look at you. I'm not going to explain the whole of the startup because I've already done it. Okay, so I'll just go through it quickly, and we'll get this thing started up and then get over there. As you can see, when you do it this way around, and you're not explaining every single thing that you're doing, it's quite quick to start up, to be fair. But if I don't explain something, people are not going to learn a thing, are they, really? Which is why I stream. It's just so I can pass information on. Right, is that ready yet? Yep. If anyone's got any questions, please feel free to ask. As I said, if you want to see how to start it all up, did I press that down? Nope. If you want to see how to start it all up, I do go through it a little bit earlier in the video on the stream, or the video on YouTube, which is under MELL DCS. Now this time round I've had the weapons loaded, so I don't need to go through that. That's on 20. Oops. There we go, get it before it disappears. Waypoint we're going to is waypoint 19 or waypoint 20. How come you're on the way back, Wiz?
On the way back?
Shambles, you got a mig up your ass.
Yeah,
We got 2 MiGs coming in. Oh, we got an MI-24 and an MI-28 coming into our base at the factory. It really could do with a third supply, if possible, from somewhere. Not sure what's going on with yours, Sham, but they don't seem to register. It's probably the guys in the back are just laughing at your squeaky voice. Who was that, Macca?
Yeah.
See you, Macca. Anybody want to join in and fly with us, you know, you're more than welcome. It's quite a heavy mission. If you can come into TeamSpeak, that's even better. Normally we're on radio 124. Communication helps an awful lot. We're flying Foothold, and you're just going to have to go to the bases that it tells us to go to. Oh, not that button there. Just waiting for the second engine to get up. Also do this while I'm waiting.
X_wealthy_X said, I had an awful night's sleep last night. I was dreaming about making pancakes while operating a lathe. I was tossing and turning all night.
Kev said, server equals Mel server.
Yeah.
Password equals Christmas.
Yeah. Can you put the link on for TeamSpeak as well, please, Kev, if you don't mind? Which is !TS3. That only works, Wolfie, on the assumption that people know what a lathe is. And a lot of people might not. If I said that to Liz, she would not understand that at all. Oh, I've just opened the door again, have I? Yeah, it's that one I want.
Electrics on battery. Doppler navigation system failure. No nav data.
Energy PG999 said, everyone knows me. It's one of the moons of June.
Oh dear. Quick check. Yep, that all looks good to me. It's alright, I'm trying to rush a little bit because I know I haven't got much time. Next week will be a little bit longer, and don't forget, if anyone's interested, it's part 3 of A10C stuff will be on laser guided weapons. Right, so where am I going down here? That one there, which we can see is over there.
Warning. Under attack. Warning. Under
Oh
attack.
shit. We got MI-24s and things sitting in. Can you copy? We got MI-24s in. Let's ignore it. I'm not sure which way it's coming in from. Let's just try and get away from it as soon as we can. I'll put my undercarriage up. It's not the direction I want to go, but if something's shooting us at our own base. Straining the engine a little bit. Probably have an MI-24 on my ass. Right, so ideally I want to try and get to this circle here. Go over this hill and then round the side of the one behind. When you're trying to climb over mountains, you ideally want to get to the height that you're trying to cross over before you get there. Don't go low level flying up the side of a mountain, because the chances are you'll burn your helicopter out. Case in point, try it with a Huey and go low level and climb up a mountain. You'll see what happens. Yeah, there's stuff moving in on that base, shooting, so just be careful. Right, so as long as I'm not too high, I should be alright carrying on this route. Get over to the red circle, but I've got just over 15 minutes, as you can tell. So I'll just see if I can get over there and shoot something. But despite the SA-10 being there, the Panzer is quite bad. You've got to really be aware of it. If we have a little look, so they're off to the right here, but I reckon from here we should be able to see the target if I can get there in time. Who we got behind us? Oh. Big Mac. Is it Big Mac? Who's Big Mac? 124 radio check. Don't think anyone's on. Just dropping myself down just a little bit. So I'm using these hills. I think it's this over there, and then it goes, looks like it goes up, and there's a ridge there, and hopefully we can use that ridge. There's also a little gap slightly to the right, so we could slide down here and give us a view into some targets, again using these valleys to give us some cover. If I can get there in time. If anyone's got any questions, please jump in, ask. Don't be shy. Or jokes, of course. Oh, I do apologise. W Bro J Peacock. I've been in the patches since I started playing. Yep. I'm unsure on game mode, so can you explain Foothold and how this may differ with other games? Okay, so Foothold is just a mission. So there are purchasable missions. You can write your own missions using the mission editor. And Foothold is a mission written by somebody that you can obtain for free. The difference with it... Alright, yeah, I'll see you, matey. The difference with this over other missions, or quite a few other missions, is this is persistent. So normally when you're doing a mission, when you sort of come off the server or off the single player, close down, the next time you go to it, you start all over again. However, this is running on a server. It's a mission that some guy's been written, and we started off down here, so we're slowly moving up, and we're up to here at the moment, and now we're attacking this area. The things that we take, we keep. So you have to disable a couple of lines of code within the game under mission scripting, and you disable a couple of lines of code to allow the data or the mission to be able to update. And this uses there's some mission tools you can download which will have a library of various features that you can utilize. What people don't realize is DCS can be as complex as you want it. I was even watching somebody the other day from a video for 3 months ago, which looks interesting, utilizing AI to put some missions together. So you do a very basic thing, it tells you what to do, and it then generates the mission, right, to give you a dynamic mission. There is a mission generator within the game, which is a bit so-so, but there is a new one being built. So this is just a mission. The person who's done this has done this style of mission for lots of different maps. So we're on Foothold Persian Gulf. So this is the Persian Gulf. Nothing to do with what's going on there. We started this before they did. But this has taken us weeks to get this far. And the reason it's taken us weeks is because we tend to play it on a Saturday. Not only is it just a mission, there's logistics involved in it, there's pilots, Caesar involved in it. You can drop supplies with various helicopters or aircraft, etc, etc. And it's all free to download. Now, if you've been flying the Apache, there's plenty on here to do, and I'm not sure where you're from, but you're more than welcome to join in with us. We fly on a Saturday. The As long as we can communicate in game on 124 using in-game comms, it's not really strict or by the book. It's more of a chilled flight. We can work together if we want. We do communicate. We're all going after the same target. We're not stuck on, you know, it's got to be done like this, and this. Basically, it's for people to come in, to help them fly, to learn, and also to enjoy themselves. Sometimes things can be a little bit too strict, and definitely sometimes there's a call for it. And as I've mentioned before to others, I have been part of quite a serious virtual wing where, I mean, I even had to log my hours and do tests and get qualifications within the group just to allow me to even be on the server by myself. You know, and it is really strict, which is one of the reasons why, to encourage more people in, I'd rather be a little bit more relaxed. It might be too relaxed for some. It might not be relaxed enough for others. But a lot of the people who come on and play with were all viewers once. And some of them, you know, I play other games with now. But yeah, by all means, if you want to come in and fly with us, you can. Obviously, it's a multiplayer map. There's only going to be probably about 5 or 6 of us on at the moment. And we're all working towards the same thing. Not sure who Big Mac is. But I don't think there's any comms on for Big Mac. You know, but that's fair enough. We've got somebody coming down. Oh no, that's AI. There's a few other planes we've got. There's a lot of thingamajig. Ah, Ronald, is it? Wouldn't be McDonald by any chance, would it? The famous Ronald from Scotland. So I'm just moving up to this marker. And I'm going to hide behind some hills. Now, these hills look as though they're going to be bigger than these hills. These look quite small, so I'm going to have to be careful going over here. Because I might have to go a slightly different way. Because the problem is, these will see me if I'm going over there. I might need to come in this side. How far down is that? It's quite difficult to see, is it, down here? That is quite a way down there, isn't it? It might be easier there, or it might be easier to go around that edge there. Let's have a look, shall we? I'll go this way. I'm sure as soon as I stick my head up above that lot, the SA-10 will have me, or the Panzer. I don't know whether I'll have time to get there, to be honest. I'll have to go and take the other half to work. Right, cock. So I'm just looking for a smaller. That's my engine being overstrained. This is the Shark, by the way. Don't want my blades to hit. Might be able to sneak over. While I'm going, I may as well put my weapon system on, which isn't on yet. Let's just jump down here, put that on. It's quite difficult to read the HUD at the moment. How are you finding the Apache? Did you pick it up? Get a good grasp of it? Oh. It's quite a big thing. Did you fly any other helicopters beforehand? Or was it straight in at the Apache? Because it is quite a bit of a tough one if you've not flown helicopters before. And I know quite a few people struggle with it coming from, say, aircraft. So it looks like I might be able to get in this way around and over to the left. Over to the right, even over here. To allow me to get to there and maybe get a view over there. So I'll start coming down now. Did you get shot the first time in Wiz?
No, well, I've been shot at twice now by the SA-10.
Yeah, it's quite difficult, isn't it? You've got to watch that Panzer as well if you're looking at the SA-10, which is on the right. Well, I've had a look. It looks like you can just get your head down behind a ridge, which is within range.
Might be in a good place now.
No, is it this ridge?
Tracking again.
Just go over there. Yeah, that looks like it. Hopefully. What I can do is just sit back a little bit from these hills if it's, well, I think I am, and it certainly looks like it. So over there, and I'm fairly well protected by the mountains here. So 12:40, I've got literally 5 or 6 minutes. I might squeeze it to 10, but it'll have to be a sudden shutdown and off I go. See where I'm going. I put that dot there is 7.4 kilometers, 7.1 to the middle. So if I can get in that dot, that's within range of my weapons. Can you see my mark on the map? That puts you about 7.1 clicks.
At the moment, come to a stop. But we'll have a look in a second.
It just allows you to peep over the hill, that's the point, and then give yourself some cover.
I think I can see the hill about and about 30 kilometers now, so
Okay. Yeah, to work out to reach people on other channels. Okay, I gotcha. Tunisia. Okay. Okay, no worries at all. Well, if you Tunisia, you're on the same time zone as us, are you? Which is, we're on BST, British Summertime at the moment. Are you on GMT? I don't know if you change your clocks. If Tunisia is where I think it is. I think you're on the same time zone. But you're more than welcome to jump in with us Saturday. Jump in with in TeamSpeak. If you don't know what that is, it's like old man's Discord. It's really good comms wise, and you can talk to us that way, right? Again, we can help you out with that. But you're more than welcome. Oh right, okay. Okay, no worries. I take it you haven't got your gear there, you're on holiday. Yeah, if you're UK based, no worries at all. You're more than welcome to come in. And we can also help with some things as well. But, you know, don't let us be the gateway drug to DCS, like I am the gateway drug to DCS and Star Citizen. Oh. But my Twitch, which is where I'm streaming on Twitch and on this as well. Oh, better slow down a bit. Is Mel12345 with 2 L's and obviously, as you've seen, it's MELL DCS on YouTube. Sorry, what was the question? Oh, I do apologise. That would be funny if... okay. Hey, and welcome. Welcome to the channel. Is that you, by the way? Right, so let's turn round. I've slowed down a little bit. And I'm going to, in a minute... Oh, right. Oh, right, okay, no worries at all. Yeah, I've been playing Star Citizen for a long time. Since about 2014, I think. A little bit too far there. I have got to literally jump off in a minute, and I mean really quickly. I'm just going to put this into an auto hover. And the way I'm doing this,
How much money do you move in SC now?
Probably, I would say a few hundred short of 10. Not quite. Yeah. Oh, you mean how much money do I have in game? No, mate. I don't have much money. I've only got a few million, not loads. Oh, yeah. Camels down the rabbit hole already. Yeah, I don't have billions. I'm not interested in making loads and loads. I make my money doing Hull C stuff. But they seem to have wrecked the Hull C again. So I'm not sure what to do with that. When I used to make 700,000 a mission, it just disappeared. Oh, you've got a bit, have you? You'll find people will just give you money anyway, especially when people are making loads. I don't know whether they've managed to cover some of the loopholes. So just over this hill, right, not too far away, and I've got to be careful. I might end up being shot really, really quickly, and I've got just a few minutes. So let's take this out at the same time, and I can turn the helicopter using the systems. It may be that this mountain is too high for me to get a view. I'm not sure yet.
Do you like the game? I play Elite Dangerous and was thinking of trying SC.
Definitely try it, right? I used to play Elite Dangerous on the Commodore 64. My younger brother played it on the BBC at school. I played it on the 64 when it come out, and when it was on the BBC, I just couldn't get my head around the wireframe graphics and stuff. The Commodore 64 was better, but I beta tested when it was released on PC until it got launched. I am unsure what my priorities are and how best I can learn to take out what first. Okay, there are some lists online, and the way I look at it, right, because believe it or not, despite me flying for all these years, I identify things badly. Okay, I am not a military nerd in any stretch of the imagination. I'm just a gamer. I am an IT nerdy bit, but as far as I'm concerned, if there's something on top of it turning round, then shoot the thing. So it's either a radar or a guidance or a tracking. Depending on what you're shooting at. Also, so I'm just trying to peep over here. Look, I might have to get too high to shoot, so I might have to relocate. Yeah, I haven't got time now. 49, I'm going to have to stop, unfortunately. So what I'm thinking, just one moment, is the targets are too low down for this mountain. So for me to be able to get a line down, right, from where I am, wherever I am, I'm here somewhere. Why can't I see myself? Is my camouflage good? Yes, it is actually, isn't it? So where I am, for me to shoot down from this position, as I suspected, I'd have to be too high up. I wouldn't get the deflection down. So I'd have to move round and get something a little bit flatter and lift up over there. But unfortunately, I've run out of time. If you look, there are lists you can find online. Say, get a list of SAMs. SAMs are always the worst. You've then got vehicles with man-guided missiles. So if you're hovering in the Apache, like I'm hovering there, right, and you're there for ages, and you've got a level of exposure, you'll find some of the tanks and stuff have got a little guy with a little missile on the top, and they'll point at you and just shoot. Do you see what I mean? And because you're sitting there like that, you're going to get shot. The other thing is the Apache's much better with 2 people in, but then nobody wants to fly because the fun part is the gunner seat. However, you know, you want to try the other seats you're not used to, feel free, you can jump in with us. And I'm more than happy to fly or be the gunner and help you out a bit. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go now, and I'm going to have to wind the stream up, which is a shame because this is a really good a good range of mountains. So I'd have to move down there a little bit, pointing with my hand that you can't see, and then peep around the corner of the rock and use the rocks to guard myself against the stuff that's there. So you can see he's over there, Wizzy's over there, and I would probably come round this area. You've got, that is particularly bad. You've got missiles coming out. It's a blue missile coming out. You've also got these SA-10s. SA-10 launchers. There's a search radar. Okay, there's a couple of things with these. There's usually a controller, a search radar, tracking radar. If you can take those 3 things out, these launchers can't do anything. You've also got this protecting them, I think, and these. Okay. Okay, Pagan. All right, no worries. But yeah, I'll be on again. I'll be doing. I'll be streaming A10C Part 4 of training for this person over here. The A10C is quite heavy, but it's a really fun thing to fly. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching today.
If you take out the search tracking radar, it can't do anything even if it can use the search radars to find you.
Yeah, the SA-10 is quite good but useless when you get rid of its controllers and radars, whereas the SA-11 you can get rid of them, and each SA-11 launcher has a limited range but has the capability of firing, you know, by itself. So it's a different ball game. So you don't necessarily need to take all the launchers out. You need to take the things that control it. Anyway, with that being said, let me just pass everybody on to somebody else. I think, let's have a look, see who's on.
Catch you later. 07.
Cheers, Kev. Cage, is it Cage? F-16C. Carbon, Gash is on. Gash is really good to watch. Not that some of the others aren't. I don't know some of these people, so we'll have to take a flyer. Let's have a look at Cage, check the language.
It's a ship.
Hopefully Cage is
Like
English.
those were its engines.
And I'll pass you all over to Cage.
Spacecraft I've ever seen. Humanity isn't alone in the universe. And I've just met her.
So, as I said, I'll be on again next weekend doing this. I'll start doing Star Citizen stuff again soon. Once all the new patches dropped and everything, and I've had a look around. I think there is a free suit drop. It's French. I'll have to pass you over. I haven't got time to look. But anyway, thanks very much, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers, everybody. Bye. And thanks for people on YouTube. I have to end the stream now, and I'll catch you